So what in the world does drill baby drill actually mean for us in the trucking industry?
We will drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill.
So in a recent poll with over 1,100 truck drivers, we asked the audience what they believe a Trump presidency would be like for the trucking industry. Would it be good? Would it be bad? Or they couldn't care less? Well, 78% said that a Trump presidency would be a good thing, 10% would be a bad thing, and 12% said that they couldn't care less. So back to the main question is, what does it mean by drill baby drill, and what is the effect for us in the trucking industry? So let's talk about it. When Trump or his supporters use the phrase drill baby drill, it is a slogan that advocates for increased domestic oil and natural gas production through more aggressive drilling and is advocating for the country using its own natural resources. Donald Trump wants to reduce his reliance on foreign oil imports and promotes energy independence, which will ultimately better the economy by increasing jobs and reducing energy prices. Okay, so we gotta go look back at history. And there's a chart that I found on Google, which is extremely interesting. Here we have fuel prices under Barack Obama, we got fuel prices under Donald Trump, and we have fuel prices currently right now under Joe Biden. So Donald Trump, by far the lowest average of the 4 years, $2.53 per gallon, $2.81 per gallon, $2.69 per gallon, and especially in the last year, you can see that the fuel was by far the lowest. It was $2.26 per gallon. I don't know about you guys, but we're probably paying anywhere around $3.50, $3.75 right now. The national average is $3.85 for diesel prices, but you can see here the fuel prices under Joe Biden was $4.06 and now currently $3.47. Now, if the US would be energy independent or would produce more oil and would produce more energy, then number one, obviously the potential for lower fuel costs. That's going to be big for the economy. That's going to be great for truck drivers. And we're most likely going to see it if he gets reelected. Number two, it impacts jobs and the economy. Number three, it lowers energy prices to heat your house, the cost of gas, the heat. And number four, it would give the US national security where it would not be dependent or reliant on anybody else for its energy and oil, especially with the unstable regions of the world right now. So what does that actually mean? I mean, this is all great, but what does it actually mean for truck drivers? So we need to understand what happened when Donald Trump left office and Joe Biden came into office. First thing he does is he cancels the Keystone Pipeline. What in the world is the Keystone Pipeline? Basically, it's a system of oil pipelines that transported crude oil from Canada to various locations in the United States. There was a proposed XL extension, which had potential to lower fuel prices and provide economic benefits, but it was canceled as of 2021 when Joe Biden took office. All right, so in a nutshell, how does this affect our industry? Okay, so number one, by spending less on fuel and less on energy, we would have more money in our pockets. If we had more money in our pockets, we would be using our money on goods and services, other goods and services that today maybe we do not allow ourselves to spend on. Now, if we were to spend on these goods, then it would promote transportation. And if there's more transportation, then guess what? Our freight rates would go up. Not only would the freight rates would go up, but the cost of our diesel would come down, which means more money in our pockets. So when you hear this slogan of drill baby drill, I hope you understand that that would automatically mean a better future for us in the trucking industry. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Put some comments down below. Now, depending on how well this video does, I will create 2 more videos. The first video I'm going to create is what does a Trump presidency mean for cross-border trade? And the second video I'll work on is the good and the bad of a Trump presidency for the trucking industry. So make sure you're following this channel. I'm Ronan, and I'll catch you in my next video.